I have never done a Willet Purple Top. So what is better than trying one Willet Purple Top? Is trying two. Today we're doing a Willet Purple Top battle. Welcome back to Old Fashioned Ways Plus Plus. If you watch my video hauls, you might have noticed that I grabbed a Willet Purple Top Wheat, and just recently I also grabbed a Willet Purple Top 6 Year. Now, I've never tried any of these, so I figured why not taste both for the first time blind? I have no prior experience and no prior expectations.
See, when I said I know nothing, I meant I know nothing.
So what do you think? Is this a good idea or just crazy?
You're crazy.
Well, either way, I'm gonna do it. But because I'm doing this craziness, I will also be giving away samples. So stay tuned to find out how you can win some samples. If you're enjoying these videos, please click on that like button. And also to make sure to hit that subscribe and notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos. Let's get into these bottles. Bottle details. Willett Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Distiller, Willett Distillery, Bardstown, Kentucky. Mash bill, 65% corn, 20% wheat, and 50% malted barley. This one's aged a minimum of 8 years. There is no finish, and it's a 2023 product. The proof on this bad boy is 108 proof, which makes it 54% ABV. MSRP on this is about $250. I did pay a little bit more, but that's about MSRP. Our next contender, Willett Straight Kentucky Bourbon Rare Release Single Barrel. Distiller, Willett Distillery, Bardstown, Kentucky. Mash bill, Straight Kentucky Bourbon, aged 6 years, no finish, year 2023. This proof is 118.4 proof, making it 59.2 ABV. MSRP for these, because they're single barrels, can be anywhere from 150 to 200 from what I see online. So that's what we're going with. Now, as we get started and get to the fun part of tasting, my wife was nice enough to pour these out for me. Just because they were in front of these bottles like that doesn't mean that each one was poured from that particular bottle. But just to make sure, let's just mix them up a little bit and just keep mixing.
Round and round she goes. Where she stops, nobody knows.
And you know, I don't know which is which, and I don't care to know which is which. I want to do this blind so I actually see what I prefer. Everybody talks about how great this is and how this one's not so great. And with the proof point where this would be more expensive than this one, that's very interesting to find out. Why is this one more expensive when this one's supposed to be better? Is it because this one's 6 years? I know there's 8 years. I don't know what the 8-year runs on this one, but we'll see. Now that I'm confused, and hopefully you are on these, let's go in for these.
I'm so confused.
Let's start tasting these bad boys. Let's start off with, how do they look? Both are golden, light caramel, but more like a golden kind of color. Pretty similar in color. If I were to say something, I'm going to say that the one on my right might be a little bit darker, just a tiny bit, but not by much. So let's go in for the nose. Oh, that smells good. Ooh. That one doesn't have as much smell in it. This one has a little bit more aroma, nice on the nose, creaminess, honeyness, nuttiness. And this one's a little bit blander, so it has some of those same notes but lighter. A little bit more musty in nose and aroma as well. Okay, time to start the fun part. Let's start tasting this. So this is my first drink of the day. Nothing's touched this palate yet, so let's go in. Ooh, lots of creaminess, honeyness, nuttiness. You know, like Honey Nut Cheerios kind of way.
A Cheerio cereal. What a yummy part of a good breakfast.
But in a good way. Wow. For a first drink of the day, that actually had a lot of flavor, a lot going through that palate there, a lot to go process. So I definitely will come back and kind of taste that a little bit more and try to get that going. All right, let's go in for the second one. I'm not cleansing my palate between this first one, but I will between the next ones. A little bit hotter, less flavor up front. You do get some of those tasty notes, but that spice kind of hits in the beginning. But that spice kind of hits you first, so that's a little bit different. But definitely not as much flavor as I get on this first one. So next, what I'm gonna do is taste this a few times, cleanse my palate in between, fast forward through all that, and kind of come up with my final thoughts, and which one I think is better than the other. Going through that again, my initial thoughts kind of stuck with that. More on the nose, more on the flavor, sticks to the tongue, goes through a lot of flavors. The more I taste this, the more flavors it has. This one is not a bad pour, a little bit musty on the nose, a little bit musty on the tongue as well. The flavors seem to be there, but a little bit duller. It doesn't quite hit me as much, a little bit spicy in the beginning, but not as spicy as it was when I first tasted it. Very interesting to me.
Very interesting.
A little bit of hint of chocolate in the back there as well. It's like more like a dark chocolate, so a little bit of that bitter darkness in there. This one just hits the notes better, hits my palate better, stays on there, better finish overall. So I'm guessing, I would say be with the bitterness, the, you know, less flavor and all that, I'm gonna think that this is this one. I'm gonna say this one because a lot more notes, just a lot more going on with it. I'm gonna say it's this one. So time for that reveal, right? Let's do that. So my wife left the key over here, nice and folded up for me. And so I guess let's start with, I'm gonna say this is my winner, right? This is the one I think edged out this one, and by a good margin. Both of them were good pours, but I think this one was much better than this one was. So let's go with this one. Let's see, what is this one? B. Let's see, what is B here? So B is the Willett 8-year black. So I was correct, that is the 8-year, which makes this one the Willet Purple Top rare single barrel. Now that might be why, you know, maybe because it's a single barrel, somebody gets to go out there and choose from single barrels and chose this one because of its specific flavor profiles, you know, and that might be why. I don't know, is this more of a blend? I'm gonna assume it's a blend of multiple barrels, and sometimes that does bring down the flavors, right? So there you go. Am I surprised? No. As much as everybody says how much better this one is, I'm not surprised. I'm surprised that this one MSRP costs more than this one MSRP, even though this one is pretty hard to find and is hard to get. I actually had to go all the way and get mine from the UK, and that's where mine got here from, so didn't find it around here. So what are your thoughts on this? Have you tried both of them? Do you prefer one over the other? I thought this was interesting, especially for my first time trying both of them. I like them both. Do I think both of them are 200 plus bottles? No. I've had a lot better pours for less than that, but they are good, fun to have, fun to try, right? Now let's talk about how can you win samples. First of all, if you haven't hit that like button, please go and just click on it. That helps me out. Just reach over and click, please. Also in the comments below, we're gonna do hashtag Purple Dragon. I know I didn't talk about Purple Dragon here, but that's something funny from my past that made me think about when we're talking about purple tops. I will pick a winner in about a week from tonight. Don't hold me up to that. I've been kind of bad at getting it exactly done in a week. Just work keeps getting in the way of all my fun. I mean, what are you to do?
You should quit.
I don't quit. I never quit.
Thank you guys again for joining me on another journey down my bourbon rabbit hole, right? To our next journey, my friends. Cheers.